Good evening, everyone. This is SoundEffect09 here, welcoming you back to yet another stream tonight. I know this is our third straight stream this weekend. I promise this will be the last one. We're still trying to figure out the issues with my setup at this point because I went to go back and watch last night's stream to make sure everything was all right. And it's still using my damn webcam microphone instead of my headset. So today I ended up going ahead and just straight up disabling the webcam microphone through both OBS and Windows. Fingers crossed this time you can hear me on this microphone on my M50X headset. And as you can see here, it now has a pop filter. I purchased a pop filter off of Amazon, actually a 3-pack. I think I have it over here, about 15 bucks. So $5 for pop filter, pretty cheap actually. And I've got 2 extra pop filters for the long run. So just let me know how the audio looks tonight, because right now I really hope we get it right tonight, especially with the new changes. It's all right, Obsidian. Also, I saw your post earlier about an hour ago before I went live. I've really liking what you got starting. You got me interested, so hoping see more from you, man. Take your time with that stuff. It looks like you got a decent start. So before we get started with Cookie Run Kingdom, we actually have some breaking news for the Atlanta Braves. This just came live as I was going on, so we're going to check it. The Braves have just made a move, acquiring Giants starting pitcher Tyler Mahle from San Francisco. We are still waiting for reports on what is going to San Francisco, but the reports are Tyler Mahle is an Atlanta Brave, and this is probably in response to the Tarek Skubal trade that the Dodgers have made. So a lot of pieces have started to move. For those who don't know, we are approaching the MLB trade deadline, which is, I believe, in the late in the afternoon, I think about 6 p.m. tomorrow. So a lot of teams are going to have to start making moves overnight into tomorrow to get their roster set for any kind of postseason push. Once we're past the trade deadline, players cannot be traded unless they are placed on waivers. So a lot of moves going on. Braves, I think, have made 2 moves, one with Kansas City and now one with the Giants. Lane Thomas, a really good move. That was a trade from the Royals. I'm really, really happy. I would say this. I'm not really, really happy, but I would say I'm pretty happy with the trade so far. You've got pitching depth coming in. You've got Lane Thomas, who's going to be bench depth, and heck, former National. We got a rival player playing for us now. Always nice to be able to do that. So some good moves. Would like to see more. We're going to find out as we approach the trade deadline tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. Hoping to see some more Braves moves. And the Braves are in a really good spot. We're going to close this tab here. And as the Braves just completed a 4-game sweep of the Washington Nationals, winning today 4-2. Despite a bumpy start by J.R. Ritchie actually did really well. He stumbled in the 4th, but I got to give Weiss credit. After that 4th inning, he pulled them and say, hey, you're still not in control. We got to let our bullpen win this game. And when they did, the Nationals had no hits after the 4th inning. Look at that. Only time they've got runners on was via the walk. 2 of them. One by Lee, one by Iglesias, and then strikeouts the rest of the way. Fuentes had a really good appearance today. 2 innings, 4 strikeouts, not a single hit or walk. He's becoming a really good bullpen piece. Dylan Lee looks to have found his form again. Only a walk, and that's it. And then he struck out 1. Iglesias walked 1, struck out 1. And actually, I think that strikeout ended the game. So Iglesias is now up to 24 saves on the season. Dodd gets the win in relief, pitches a clean 5th. He's up to 3-1 with a 2.14 ERA. Cavalli, I actually thought Cavalli did well for the Nationals. I didn't see anything that told me, oh, he made big mistakes or anything. He left some pitches over the heart of the plate that got rightfully destroyed, but they were all solo shots. And honestly, you'll take solo home runs any day of the week at this point. And the most devastating home runs are those 2 and 3 run home runs. Those will hurt you hard. And also, he got an unearned run after C.J. Abrams yeeted a throw to downtown Atlanta, which allowed Riley to score from third. I believe that was in the 6th inning. And that allowed the Braves to get ahead for good. Ribalta also gave up an unearned run. So overall, for the Nationals, I think their pitching was actually good this series. I think maybe one game as an exception, but I think the Nationals have the pieces to compete. But that defense, 2 errors on the day, both of them led to runs. Your defense did cost you this game, and you basically got swept out of Atlanta for it. And you now fall down to 55 and 58. You're now in 4th place, trying to make sure you stay out of the basement with the Mets. Really unfortunate for the Nationals. I was coming into this series, admittedly, thinking the Nationals would probably either split or win at least one. But no, we swept them. And it wasn't easy, but I knew the Nationals were a good team. It was just what kind of Nationals team we were going to get, the one that makes a lot of mistakes or the one that actually competes. And we got the we got the one that makes mistakes, unfortunately. So a really good victory for the Braves. You get the sweep. You go into a bye day at the deadline knowing that you could focus on making moves. One of those moves is not going to be Skubal. He is on his way to LA, and the MLB fan base is up in arms over that deal. But I kind of part of me kind of saw it coming, admittedly, because for me, from what I was getting from a lot of Braves fans, they were expecting if Skubal was going to come to Atlanta, the Braves would have to trade away the whole farm, and I could absolutely agree. I think given what Skubal's value is, the Braves would have had to trade away some major prospects to make that work, and AA is not that kind of manager to make that kind of a big move unless he knows that player is going to be worth it. And I think Skubal just didn't hit that mark for trading away some big name pitchers. So I can understand why Skubal ended up in LA. You don't have to like it. I don't like it. Dodgers are basically becoming more of a juggernaut than they already are, but like I get why that move was made. I'm pretty sure Tigers fans were upset as well. It's like you could have sent him anywhere but LA, but you sent him to LA. Like I could see the Tigers fans being the most upset about this just because of where he went. So, yeah, I really want to see what the Braves do as we approach the deadline. It's probably the most I've ever seen of sports news. Well, I try to mix it in. I think, as I said, what I'm trying to go for with my streams is to mix in a little bit of sports with the games that I play. So that's kind of what we're going for, and I hope you don't mind Ad Obsidian at all. I'm pretty sure from where you're at, you're hearing a lot about the Giants either selling or staying pat at the deadline, though with the trade of Malley from the Giants to the Braves, it looks like they are intending to sell, which, I mean, the Giants season has not been good. A lot of big name pieces, but not a complete puzzle that can compete with the Dodgers. So I can see why they're punting some of their pieces away that they're not going to be able to keep. So, okay, let's move on. Before we could start the CRK part in proper, let's go to the Braves' next game, which is going to be Tuesday night. We have a 7:15 Eastern first pitch, and what do you know? It's going to be the ace coming up to the plate. Chris Sale will be starting for the Braves, who has been absolutely fantastic. I think he's going to be one of the front runners for the NL Cy Young. 12-6 on the year, an ERA of 2.08. His last start was against the Mets. Shut them down over 6 innings. Allowed just 2 hits. Didn't even walk anybody and struck out 9. That's what you're supposed to do to a team like the Mets. I think that was the 1-0 win at the end of that doubleheader against the Mets. In fact, that was a needed 1-0 win. to avoid getting swept, split the doubleheader, get out of town, get back to Atlanta with a 4-game series on the Nationals, which, again, we swept. So Braves now have a 5-game win streak, and I'm feeling really good about this matchup because the Marlins have really good pitching, but when you go after them with your ace, good luck, Miami. It's going to be difficult. And the Marlins have not announced their starting pitcher at this point. We'll probably find out soon. It's going to be 7:15 Eastern on Braves Vision and Gray TV. So for those who have Gray Media TV stations, check your local listings so that way you can find out where to watch this game. Tuesday night, 7:15 Eastern. Very excited when it's Chris Sale on the mound. I want to see him go out there, dominate, and help the Braves get into position to make it 6 in a row. 67-45. I believe the Braves have, like, if we go to the standings, let's actually check the standings. Let's see. Standings. There it is. I believe the Braves are up to, an 8-game lead. The Phillies did win their to win the series against Baltimore, so the Braves haven't been able to get some needed distance, but an 8-game lead heading into the trade deadline is pretty good. It was as close as, I think, 2 at the All-Star break, but then the Phillies started the second half really cold while the Braves were pretty hot. So things are looking up. It's just now a matter of getting past the deadline and then finishing the next 2 months towards the postseason. Would love to see the Braves win the division, but you got to play the games. So we'll see what happens. Trade deadline tomorrow, going to be really exciting. I'm going to keep an eyes on that during my work. It's a good time to be a Braves fan right now. Hard to say if it's a good time to be a baseball fan right now, given the moves by the Tarek Skubal trade. So we'll find out soon enough if how the rest of the season's going to unfold. So with that, I think we are done with MLB news for tonight. We will get started with the game. So let's shrink all that down. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the audio for that. And let's see if we can get Cookie Run Kingdom up and running. Last week of work before my break is going to be a tight one. We have a rush order to finish. Ooh. That does not sound like fun at all. I hope you can make it through, man. Braves Starship Troopers. Man, that's such a meme movie, but such a great movie, too. Also, you finished playing Gears of War and Gears of War 2. I've yet to play those, actually, but I've seen, like, gameplay, and it looks really damn good. I really wish I was able to play those, but I don't have an Xbox. So, as I said tonight, we will, how would I say this? We will be focusing on more of the miscellaneous stuff, because we already did all the items for the Timeline of Fate. We got to stage 8, I think, or 9 of the tower. And then, I think, what else were we going to do? I think I drew a blank on what the third thing was, because I know it was 3 things we were going to do. Monster Menace, Cookie Alliance, and then finish up the tower. And then if we've got time, I'm going to start doing some of my Gasha rolls, because I've got enough to get the guaranteed roll for Nether Queen. Haven't finished the second game, but man, these grubs, why are they blaming us for their war? Sure, Mini fights itself all the time, but I don't see how we tick them off. I wouldn't be able to answer that for you since I don't know the story of Gears of War. All right, so okay, so I'm going to have to do all the supply stuff again. Do that. All right, let's see here. I should be at 500 across the board for everything, if I remember correctly. Now, Obsidian, if my microphone is working correctly, you should not be hearing much, if any, background noise. Because I noticed with my webcam, the difference is night and day. Like, there's so much background noise, it's not even funny. Because my graphics card in my system does get kind of noisy when it's under intense load. Which, funny thing, the graphics card I'm running is a EVGA GTX 750 Ti. I sold off my RTX 3050 because I needed some extra cash. Finances haven't been great, so I'm trying to make sure I can make ends meet right now. So I'm having to use basically a 10-year-old graphics card, and it runs Cookie Run Kingdom pretty well, surprisingly. I was worried that it was going to be a DirectX problem since the 750 Ti doesn't fully support DX12. And the VRAM's only 2 gigs, so I was worried like the game was not gonna run or we were gonna run into problems, but surprisingly no. Okay, more shovels. We'll do everything else in the meantime. I'm gonna let this timer run because I really don't want to use up all of my caramel tonics. I have about 190, but I've used... Oh, excuse me. Damn, that burp was bad. I don't want to use all of these caramel tonics. I want to use them sparingly. So we're going to let that timer run out. One of the magic candies I'm working towards is Frilled Jellyfish's Fluttering Jelly magic candy. I do want to get that one done, honestly, because... Frilled Jellyfish is actually really good in the Trials of the Netherrealm right now. Like, she is very good. Okay. Let's see here. All right. I'm going to need this and this. Let's get the beads. Yeah. Then, that's going to be 350. I don't think I'm going to have enough for anything else. Yeah, let's focus on, I think, the omurices then. Okay. Donuts there. Continue with the... How's we are on the music boxes? Okay, I want to get those to being even. About 278. Okay. And then let's switch over to the toffee jams. We'll need those. Looks like the mining stuff is done as well. Let's take a look at that. I believe a source of conflict for my tale might be from that Saint Pastry one. Okay, well, go ahead with that. I would be okay with hearing that. Okay, the venture got done, so I could start a new one. That's really good. That's a lot. Let's see. Jeez, I got 10 hard hats. That's ridiculous. Okay, I guess I better start excessively using those. Alright, let's see. How's our break times? Not really good. I might want to hold off on this then. Let's do that. Then double these. We'll get one of these, and then we'll use the last of the glasses. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, it's going to give us 8 hours to get that done. Oh, I got one mine battle to do, so let's do that quickly. Yeah, it's kind of glitching out. That does happen sometimes with the mining. When you do the little My Cookie parts of the mining, I sometimes get a glitch where it just splits the sprites into two. It's really, really funny when it happens. All right, so let's see. Okay, we're at 9 for that. None of those are available yet. Okay, I got another one of Sugar Swan, which is great. That could get her up to, I think, 27. IDs that the St. Pastry Order might try to hunt those two down for religious reasons, or these two actively antagonize the Order because they believe them in nothing but zealots. Well, they kind of are Obsidian. So, I would say this. There needs to be, if you're going to have them antagonize the Order, it needs to be done through what I think, through, like, probably forms of sabotage or undermining of their operations. So, you know, just some ideas. Like, it's not just, like, walking into the church and causing trouble. Like, that's just being stupid, but it has happened. I'm talking more like they'll undermine the operations indirectly or underground. That could be a way of antagonizing them. Just some ideas for you to help with that story aspect there. Just making sure everything's where it needs to be. Looks like it. Alright. Alright, so with that done, let's do the Monster Menace quickly, and then we will jump into the Cookie Alliance. Specifically, we'll do one hard hero mode run, just to show where I'm at with that mode. Alright, so let's start with the Monster Menace parts and Beasties. Oh, okay, I did have to use it there. Whoops. Okay. I know that's the sensible option, but Blackberry Titanium Cookie is used to fighting against zealots, and what he's learned from the fun lines. In fact, explosions are best. I don't know about that. That's kind of sounds like terrorism, which might not be a good idea for a story. Got to be careful with with some of the methods, but you know, it is your story. But I'm not the kind of person that thinks like being overt with some things like that is a good idea. All right.
I do not expect forgiveness.
So that should be chapter 2 done, which means we move on to the next one. That's going to be chapter 9, which is the Garden of Delights. All right, here we go. Oh. Well, this thing decided to be late.
Sweet slumber. Your time ends now.
There we go. Okay. Not a fan of that happening, but it does happen.
One step closer to the end.
Gotta do it one more time, so let's go for it.
Your time ends now. For freedom. Your time ends now.
Okay.
Sweet slumber. Your time ends now. Freedom. Darkness of sugar.
There we go. Probably need to shave at some point because my stash and beard. That's kind of the point. The way he fights is supposed to be as flashy as possible because of propaganda wasn't. How is this government advertised joining the military? I couldn't answer that for you, really. Okay, so that just leaves us with chapter 13-18. So let's do that. It looks like I also got another objective done up in the events log. It might just be the trophies thing, though. Okay. Wow, beat that level in under 20 seconds.
I'm glad.
All right, one more run, and then we'll move on to Cookie Alliance.
time ends well.
I remember when we were doing Beast G's 13 and 15, like, that was probably, those updates were, in my opinion, really, like, tense, but also really exciting. Just because we knew this was going to be the ending of the Beast G Star. Everything was coming to a head, and it was just like, okay, let's see what happens. Here we go. You know, all 5 ancients have been awakened, so how is the final chapters going to unfold? So I just love coming back to chapter 13 and 14 sometimes. Still hurts to go to 15 sometimes when they ask us to go there. So yeah. Let's see here. So let's check. Let's get out of here. Iron Wheat Cookie is more used to sabotage. How else did he topple an entire empire solo? I mean, you got to work underground. Let's see. One of them was the chest of trophies. The other was the exploration marathon. So we did complete 30 stages. We get 300 crystals for that. Let's see. Where are we with the chest? Okay, I do need to clear 4 more stages. Actually, let's do that now. Let's go back to World Exploration. And I think what we could do is time stop 4 stages. And that's going to get us to our goal that quickly. So let's do that. That gives us 1 more run. All right. Oh, 500 rainbow cubes. I've got almost 350,000 rainbow cubes. I don't need any more. I may as well use those to get that enemy cleared out. Okay, so we get 5 Oblivion topics. This is really good because I'm trying to complete my setup with Nether Queen. But I think I'm going to at least try to get like 10 or 15 before I start trying again. And then, let's see here, for the Nether Queen pass. Okay, I think we got points for hitting that 50 mark. Yes, we'll also get points for, let's see, 100. And then I still got to fulfill 300 wishes. Funny thing earlier, I accidentally clicked the pick and choose Gosh again. Pataya Dragon were in there, but I couldn't get them because I lacked the cutters. Right. I think if you log in for 14 days straight, I think you will get the cutters you need to pick them. One thing I will say is hit the refresh or retry button when you see it again in the future, and I think you can re-roll up to 5 times. Then for another 5, you would pay crystals, and then it's cutters or something else after that. So just something to think about the next time you roll that. I love the new Gacha idea. I just don't like that it's like only one 10 roll and that's it. It's kind of iffy on that personally. The Gacha's great. I love that it's in the game now. I just think, does it have to be like only one? And also it seems to be limited time, like 168 days. I don't know why. I really hope this isn't a limited time Gacha. I'm hoping it will be something that stays. If I could make a suggestion, maybe a maximum of like 1 roll a week. Maybe give us 1 roll in that pick and choose Gacha every week, so that way we could get the stuff we want once. Would be really good for newcomers to kind of get cookies that they like to start, and then once they get more into the game, then they can know, okay, I need to get this cookie and this cookie. Let's see if we can get it from the pick and choose Gacha this week. You know, I think it would make progression of your cookies a little more seamless and a lot less stressful about having to roll so many times just to get the right roll. But it is a start. I'm glad it's in the game. This is a really, really good thing. Oh, I might as well give an update on my Bells of Oblivion progress. We're really close to finishing Sector 2. I just need to get 1 more mission done before Section 3 opens up. I really do want to get the whole objective done as soon as possible. So one goal I'm shooting for is this one right here, the second one, the mining an ore vein 50 times. What I'm going to start doing, and this is just a tip if you want to get that specific objective done quickly, switch over to doing commons and rares. So basically, I would do commons like twice a day and then a rare before you go to bed. That gives you about 18 ore veins mined per day, 12 to 18 per day, which means you can easily reach like the objective. Like this one's 50. I think you could get that done in like 4 or 5 days, basically. Or is it 18? 18 times my math. So let's do the math quickly. So it's like 18 times 4, because it's like because the commons are 6 hours, and then the rares are 12 hours. So you want to do 2 commons, so that's 12 hours there, and then one rare run, a rare one before you go to bed. So that's about 18 per day, pretty much. Which means if you do it correctly, you can get basically this objective done in about 3 to 4 days. You don't have access to the mine. Oh, that's right. The mines are accessible when? Oh, that's gonna suck if you don't have access to the mines. You're gonna have to catch up on that one. Jeez. Think about that. I thought the mines were accessible after a certain point. You know what? I think I know when it is. Probably if you clear Crispia completely. Because the mines, there's chapter 18 and 17 mention mines of some kind. So I'm wondering if you have to you either have to beat chapter 17 or chapter 18 in Crispia before the mines will be available. That might be what it is. So I'm going to get the mining and ore vein done as soon as possible. The Bells of Oblivion and the daily rewards, we'll have that done by Tuesday. And then I think for the trial grounds, I'll have to wait till Wednesday to finish that one, since the trial grounds tickets don't recharge until Wednesday. And I've already used mine for this week, or the previous week. So, yeah, that kind of sucks, but I really do want to get the trial grant, everything done here. Get all the Bells of Oblivions before we, so that way we can get that on. I basically get just to access the dang. Yeah, so, that is a bit of a downside to the store is to some of the modes. Some of the modes in this game are locked behind clearing certain points. Like, I think the arena is not available to you until you get to like level, I think to like chapter 3 in the Crispia arc. But that's kind of how the game's set up right now for first-time comers, where if you want to get access to everything, you gotta progress in the story, which I'm actually okay with. It's just as long as it's not like such a long way to get to for something that's very helpful. Okay, so where were we? We did the Monster Menace, the Cookie Alliance. That's right, we wanted to do that. I was going to do one run of Cookie Alliance. I've already beaten the Cookie Alliance for this month. As you can see here, I'm already at Elite 1, top 4,000. I'm going to show you the team I ran. Now, personally for me, probably Obsidian, you're probably not going to get to hero difficulty. I would expect you to probably get to either hard or expert difficulty starting out. But as long as you at least make the runs on this, you'll get some items that can help you. Ooh, excuse me. I'm still burping out of freaking... Also, I'm going to have to restart my Beacon of Valor again at some point. So we'll need to do that. Let's see. I've got 400 artifact points. I don't think I can use it on anything. No, I actually can, but probably want to save it for fire right now. But yeah, I'm basically beating the entire mode with just this team here. So we've got Dark Enchantress, Eternal Sugar, Rebel, Anina's Dragon, and Millennial Tree, with the Red Whistle, Clock, and the Blue Necklace. And then for my setup right now, I've basically got Millennial Tree prioritizing HP and damage resist. Rebel is prioritizing damage resistance and cooldown. Anina's Dragon is running the same setup in the arena, which is basically cooldown and damage resistance. For Eternal Sugar, we're running attack and cooldown with some damage resistance thrown in. And then for Dark Enchantress, we've still got our usual setup. Though I may get a different... I might switch her out in the future or her Biscuit out for a Chaos type one. It has like all 4 Chaos, runs all 4 Chaos damage. But this setup is enough to get me through the level if I'm paying attention. Start doing the cookie line. It's the difficult, but it gets really difficult, especially I think beyond hard difficulty. It gets really hard. Hero, if you don't have the correct setup, it can be really cheap and you could just get stonewalled. But with the right setup, you can clear it with just one team. So it's kind of a feast or famine difficulty that Hero is. You're either going to get your ass kicked or you're going to just steamroll the entire thing through. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with this run. This might take me a few minutes, actually, so let's see how this goes. There we go. Okay. Ooh, that was a little close. This is going to be a bit of a problem because you've got that darn barrier. Oh, he's being really annoying. There we go. Oh yeah, I forgot to set the clock on a Millennial Tree, so he starts healing immediately as soon as we hit the point. That's a lot of flipping health. There we go. Okay, there we go. This last part could be a little problematic if I don't have everybody ready. Oh my lord. Oh. Yeah, I made that look way too darn easy. But trust me, it gets really difficult. You're either going to break through the entire difficulty or you'll get stonewalled at some point. And as you just saw, probably the boss of the first section was probably the one that gave me the most trouble. And once we were past him, it was like smooth sailing. So really glad to get at least one showing of the Cookie Alliance on the hardest difficulty.
The stars are singing of our victory.
That indeed they are, Moonlight Cookie. We also got one legendary item for the guild. I think I already have a couple of these. Dark Cacao Cookies Throne. That's a legendary tier guild item. So let's see. Also, I'm going to tell, keep an eye out for Tear of Purple and Pink. It might be a reoccurring plot element later on. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. All right, so with that done, let's see. How much do we get? That's probably enough for 2 fire level ups. Yep. And let's see. Did that change my rank? It did not. It still remains at top 4,000. So that takes care of the Cookie Alliance mode, which is fun. I actually do enjoy it. It's just I find that you have to find the correct setup to get through it. Oh, I might as well say this. When will you post your tale? I would love to read. Okay, so that's a good question. I don't blame you for asking. Right now, I'm going through a 3rd rendition of it. Like basically, what I'm doing is I got a tip from some people that if you're gonna write your own fanfic, don't be afraid to write it multiple times until you get a version that you're not just satisfied with, but you love. Right now, I'm going through my 3rd attempt at a rendition for the main, like the one-shot story, and then we'll get to the rest of the stuff. So I have like multiple entries for it. It's just I want to get this right. So I'm hoping the 3rd rendition is going to be the one that says, okay, this is the rendition I'm going to show. I don't know where I'll upload it to. I know a lot of people talk about Archive of Our Own. I've never used it. Well, okay, I've used it, but I've used it as a guest. I've never actually created a profile and posted stories, and I don't know how they handle fonts and everything. So it's going to be a lot of trial and error to get the story right and post it onto a site where it can be accessible. So we'll see. It's going to take a little bit more time, but I'm working on that 3rd rendition. For what I'm doing with the 3rd rendition now is the first 2 renditions were like in the middle already with my character and White Lily in the Void, but I'm now deciding let's give it a little more length by starting it from the beginning, from the moment they step into that place. So, and then we'll flesh out the rest of it from there. So, stay tuned for it. I'm hoping that this will take maybe a couple weeks to get done, because the first 2 renditions were good, but I felt like I was leaving out a lot of stuff. Now that I'm fleshing out Ranger's background, make sure that's one thing I will mention, that I'm glad you mentioned that, because that was one of the things I got from I think I went to like a panel at MomoCon, and they said one of the biggest mistakes you can make is getting into that loop of trying to make it perfect and then you never finish it. So I think once we get the 3rd rendition done, it will go live on either Archive of Our Own or fanfiction.net. It may even be both. We'll see. I'm really hoping it takes off, but it is going to be, with any fanfiction, it's a risk you're taking. Okay, so let's see here. I'm going to do at least one battle here. Let's do this one. So yeah, as you can see, I actually am in Grand Master ranking.
Ooh, the air is filled with danger.
Indeed it is, Timekeeper. Let's go.
Your time ends now.
Okay, good.
Your time ends now.
All right.
Your time ends now. Your time ends now. Your time ends now. Your time ends now. Your time ends now.
Jeez, okay. I will say Povidone Iodine gets really annoying, though primarily on the enemy side. So we won that matchup, and here's the reason why. Look at the healing from Nether Queen Cookie. That is ridiculous. ridiculous. My Nether Queen cookie has not even been promoted, and she's healing almost 100 million damage. My Millennial Tree is healing about 66. So altogether in that matchup, I healed a combined 157 million damage from our opponent. That is insane. And here's the other kicker. I'm getting out damaged. Povidone Iodine is doing the most out of the others. You know, she out damaged the other team's Povidone. My Timekeepers got out damaged. My Anina's Dragon got out damaged. But what matters is we healed up all their damage and just we just healed up all their damage and just kept attacking until they cratered. It looks like... So that was honestly really good fight. I don't think I'm going to hit Grandmaster 2. Grandmaster 3 has been the furthest I've ever gotten up in the arena. Usually after that, I'll either fade down to Elite 1 or Elite 2, which is still really good, but I'd love to actually finish in Grandmaster and get consecutive finishes there, but it's not easy to do. But I'm really glad to get to GM. Hopefully we can stay there. Wow, for being ruler of the dead, she knows how to keep people alive. The irony. Yeah, it's like absolutely incredible. Here's the other thing. She not only heals your team, but she inflicts the opponent with status effects that I think either prevent them from getting healed. Let's take a look. So here's Nether Queen. Yeah, so she inflicts Soul Shackling, Branded Soul, and Injury. So that's 3 different status effects. So those status effects really just those status effects alone hard shut down a lot of Sugar Swan Cookie Team setups. Like my Sugar Swan is 1-star ascended, and I cannot put her in the arena against any Nether Queen cookie teams. If I see Nether Queen, if you're running Sugar Swan and you see a Nether Queen team, don't engage. You're most likely going to lose unless it's a very bare bones Nether Queen cookie. A re-release of the Transformers 1980. I did not hear about that. Is that in theaters now? All right. Let's see. Let's go from the arena to Trials of the Netherrealm. As you know from the last time we did this, we got to Zone 8. And that's where I got stuck, I think. I got to Zone 8 boss and couldn't finish it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it either, because I kind of got hard shut down by the boss. So let's see. We'll continue. Alright, so here's the 8 boss. And mainly it's just because it recommends light. And oh, it's just a trailer for the re-release, but that will be fun. Okay. Because from what I hear in this mode, at least it's right about floors 8. I would say for the Trials of the Netherrealm on the hard difficulty, floor 8 is where things get really difficult. Chapter 9 gets ridiculous, and then 10 is where things get really cheap. I don't know if Zion's here, but I think he said in our last stream that it was about there's more than 10 floors, but honestly, I don't think anyone's going to get further than floor 10. I'd be surprised if anyone beats this entire thing, because on easy mode, you have 5 zones, and I guess on hard, you have more than 10. So let's first get everybody's stamina up. All right, now let's go to this one, which will be What? Let's see. Let's see about frilled jellyfish before we
Watch the
continue.
coral reef dance to the sea current.
Okay, no, we're not quite close enough to get her to her next level, but we did level up her magic candy. It is now beyond level 10. It is now up to level 14. I think what we'll try and do is get her to at least level 20, level 30, because usually what I like to do as soon as I get, reminds me of going to Tower Apocalypse. 34s with enemies enchanted to the max. Yeah, you're probably right on that part too. Let's see. I do need to get her level up further, but I need to get more skill powders. But I think in the Trials of the Nether Realm, your characters, regardless of who you run, are automatically spiked to level 100 experience and skill. So you don't have to worry about having to level everybody up. You just got to bring them in. But you do have to worry about their promotions and rankings and all that. So we'll see how things go. Enough dabbling. Let's get in here. Oh, I got instant. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that is not good at all. We just went down quickly. Oh, that's terrible.
Forgive my wavering faith.
Okay, we're going to probably have to change my water setup if we're getting eliminated that quickly. I don't even think we instant killed anybody. But yeah, this is where floor 8. I think it's floor 8 gets really difficult. I think the last time I played this, we were able to get to this point. I think it was chapter 8 of the boss level of chapter 8 before I went down. Still question what the jungle leapers were enchanted and leeching, berserk, and knockback. It kept sending me into the void. Oof. Let's filter by water. What are my other water cookies? Okay, I have cream soda, I have manju and jjigae, and then I have Captain Caviar.
Crash into him like a maelstrom.
Okay, so I'm gonna swap out Mango. Mango's only at like I think level 12 on his magic candy. So I will say this: you will also need to have your cookies at like magic candy levels that are adequate. I think probably some you can get to like level 10 and you'll be fine. Others are gonna have to be like level 30 to be good. So we'll see if we can clear this. I think if we get stuck here, we will end the expedition. But that's going to suck because then I have to restart from scratch if we do end. But I find that this is where I get stuck is floor 8 right now. And it's just because I don't have the correct cookies with their magic candies at the correct levels. Are you familiar with the Polynesian mythological character Maui? No, I am not, unfortunately. I might also have to change... Let's see... Well, let's give it a shot. I don't think we're going to get any further than this, but I am going to change over to Captain Caviar to see what happens here. No, he went down immediately. Okay, we got past at least this first floor, but I don't think it's... We might be doing one wave at a time before we go. Yeah, I think we're going to go down here. Okay, we might be doing one floor.
We got a republic to defend.
Darn right we do, Captain Caviar. I actually do like Captain Caviar a lot in terms of his personality. He's probably one of my favorite of the Creme Republic characters. One of her stories I've heard a while, but basically in Polynesian mythology, the reason why we have the day and night cycle. All right, let's see. Again, we restart from the wave in which we went down at. Yeah, I'm losing everyone way too damn quick. Oh, no. Nope. Come on. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be one wave at a time to get through this specific floor. Yeah, their damage output. Their damage output is ridiculous.
Forgive my wavering faith.
So I think it's going to be one one wave at a time to get through this specific floor. Let's see if we could find one with grass after we get through this and then find another stamina point. Ugh. Nope, it didn't take him out, so we're stuck here.
Forgive my wavering faith.
But yeah, it gets really bad with the damage spiking as you get to the later points of the waves. So like with each floor, the damage output is increased to the point where it's not possible to advance unless you either insta-wipe the opponents. So this is where I really want to get Frilled Jellyfish's level up on her magic candy, because I think it also increases the damage output. Let's take a look here for a second before we end the expedition, because I'm very certain if we are going to get past this specific point, I might have to get Frilled Jellyfish's...
The sea currents are so lovely today.
Yes, her crit chance goes up to as high as 35%. So I think what's going to happen is I'm either going to have to run her with a crit setup, because I'm running a cooldown setup in order to try to get her to fire her skill sooner. But that seems to not have a lot of... They seem to be able to bypass her tank ability. So yeah, when you get stuck at a certain point and can't proceed further, I pretty much would tell people you're just going to have to... excuse me. Just going to have to hit End Expedition. And once you hit End Expedition, that completes. You have to get another ticket before you start up again. So that's usually how it works. So I find that my limit right now is Zone 8. I either get to the boss and die, or I get to a random level in Zone 8 and die. It's because Maui grabbed the sun with his brothers, beat the sun into submission so it could move slower. I am not joking. Who beats the freaking sun? That kind of sounds ridiculous. But I know there's some other setups that could work, but I would say this. I feel like my biggest problem, again, with the Trials of the Nether run is I feel like the damage gets pretty ridiculous by the time you hit waves 7 and beyond. I get that you have to make the difficulty harder as you go up, but I think at least on hard mode, it's too sharp of a spike in difficulty. Like easy, I can clear all 5 zones, no problem. But get on hard mode, I can only maybe get past the halfway point before I reach a point where I'm basically cooked. So it feels like this mode, like I still think this mode has a lot of potential, but I just feel like the damage increase is a little bit cheap, especially once you get beyond Zone 7. Let's see. Now, will that count towards the thing? Well, I think we won't know because we've already maxed this out. Yeah, we've already maxed this out. Okay. Now, I have a lot more passes to do this, though. So, my main plan is to just make the most out of the passes. I would say don't use your time jumpers. If you reach a certain point where you can't go any further, I'd actually do at least one run per day. Try to get as far as you can. Try to improve the cookies that you're going to need. I'm going to keep looking up like what cookies I want to run for it, because I feel like I've got the right setup, or most of the right setup, but there may be some cookies that we can interchange in order to get further into the sector. What? Hang on.
I have to say please, but why?
I mean, you look younger. I don't know what I was going with that. That was kind of terrible. I mean, you kind of have to. It's courtesy. Oh, she shut off on us? Oh, she rebooted. Okay, it's good. She glitched out for a moment.
Say please, but why?
But yeah, that was putting on the mode. But I mean, the mode is good. I do like that it offers a very good challenge, and I like the idea of being able to customize an entire set of up to like, I think it's like 15 to start, and then it could go all the way up to, I think, like 25, 30 cookies, which is ridiculous. 30 cookies at your disposal. And you can go through any level however you want. I like the idea of it. Okay, so what else is there? So with that done, well, we could probably do one more run on it, but I mean, we mainly want to do the Trials of the NetherRealm for it's called Being Polite. Currently, Being Polite is out the window. We're actually somewhere in the mirror trench. Yeah, pretty much. Let's see. So we're only about an hour into this stream, and I think we've pretty much done the main things I wanted to do, unless we want to do another run at the Trials of the NetherRealm, which probably may as well do, because we basically only got, like, very shortly through. Let's see. Let's see here. I know I'll need Madeline. I'll need these 4. I'll need Mango, Captain Caviar, Silver Bell. Oh, you know what? One character I forgot to bring. Believe it or not, Cherry Blossom Cookie's actually really good in this mode. Asphodel, Purple Yam, Peppermint. Peppermint, I do need to build his magic candy at some point, because his magic candy does do a lot that helps. Sparkling, Frilled, Creme Brulee, Croissant, Litmus, Cream Soda, Cotton. Okay, I've got 3 more slots, so I need to pick 2 more cookies that we need to bring. I don't know if I'm gonna bring... Currently brainstorming for how the main trio will interact with this blue and yellow duo. Alright. That's alright. As I said, this stream is going to be primarily just not only for playing the game, but also just testing the audio. Fingers crossed, it's actually using my M50 correctly. Because, again, I don't want it to use my webcam. I've disabled the webcam's microphone to make sure it doesn't use it. But OBS has been really strange on my setup, so I have to kind of make sure it's doing everything correctly. Let's see, who else do we want to bring in? Did I get Golden Osmanthus in here? Yes, I did. Okay. You know what? Let's do these 2 again, and then the thing is, I will say this: I know I could bring in White Lily or Pure Vanilla, and me being a White Lily cookie fan, I would always pick her. But given that we've had a lot of problems with water, it might make more sense to bring in either Sea Fairy or Black Pearl. Black Pearl could work because, well, she has that Whirlpool ability, so it basically just locks the opponent in place so they can't do jack and shit. So let's try that. Let's bring in Black Pearl for this run, or for me, it's White Pearl because I have her Faded Radiance outfit on. So we'll do that. We'll give it a shot, and we'll start again from Zone 1. I think we'll actually take the hardest route. If we can. At least starting with Zone 1. And we'll start with grass. Now, the one thing I will say, there's one downside I don't like to the mode right now. It does not remember your cookie setups between rounds. Once you start a new round, you got to set up your team all over again. That's kind of inconvenient, but I kind of get why it's like that. Let's see. So let's do purple yam.
Count to 3. Better run.
Let me guide you. You weren't invited to my picnic. I want to go back. Back.
And then silver belt.
Let me demonstrate my prowess in battle.
So I think this will be our team for grass types. We'll do scroll, whistle, and where is the watch? There's the watch. We might actually switch over to the dampening watch once we get to harder floors. Maybe that's what I forgot to do, switch over to the dampening watch. But with that, let's get started. Let's at least get to wave 8, floor 8 again. God, I just love how this team just absolutely instant annihilate. Now, I'm also going to make one bet here. That's a tad annoying, but at least it's not the tower where every time you enter, you're a blank slate and your only equipment is randomly generate. That's true. I think that's the same way with, like, what is it? I know there's 2 game modes that in CRK that they do every now and then that are similar. That sounds similar to that. Dang it, I lost my train of thought in the process, too. I was going to say something. Oh, the soundtrack we're hearing on the stages of the Trials of the Netherrealm. I'm going to bet that song's going to play for the stages in Chapter 8. So we're getting a taste right now. Or, dang it, I feel a sneeze coming. Oh, dang it. I feel a sneeze coming. So give me a second here. Oh, boy. Might have evaded it for the moment. But basically, the stage music for normal and high fierce battles, that is light. Okay, so I need to make a light team. All right, let's see. Klingamon.
You ready to risk it all?
I rehearsed meticulously for this. Make yourself comfortable over there.
I'll give it my best shot.
Do not be afraid.
No, wait, forgot. We want this. We want the robe so that way, Creme Brulee could basically machine gun the opponents to death. Let's do that. We will go into the fight with the Sprinkled Yeti.
Protect me!
There we go. One round it did.
I can hear the crowd cheering.
I can only imagine what Pure Vanilla is going to go through on episode 8. I just hope his reunion with White Lily Cookie, they can make up for at least a little bit of lost time. The dude is Pure Vanilla is basically feeling like he never really understood White Lily Cookie, and he wants to make it right. The dude wants to see her, and he's going to do anything to get her back. The Chapter 7 story, you could tell he wants White Lily Cookie back. He cannot let go of her. Because I don't think he even expected that in order for White Lily Cookie, for Dark Enchantress Cookie to be, dealt with, White Lily Cookie would have to make such a sacrifice. I don't even think that was on his mind. And then all of a sudden, after only seeing his one and only for a very short period of time. Boom, gone again. And this time it might be for good. Like, and not only that, your timeline is falling apart because your beast counterpart is basically deciding to go full fucking Lucifer. Like, Pure Vanilla is basically in a different kind of hell right now. And I dread to think what's going to happen in Chapter 8. I actually talked about it with one of my friends on Discord. Funny enough, I got my prediction. Let's go ahead and go hit exit so we're not stuck here for so long. I don't know if I could bring it up on the message on Discord. But basically, I think what I told them was I had a possible prediction for how the chapter was going to go. And I hated the idea of it. And I'm hoping I'm wrong on it. Let's move on to this one with the water. So I'll need to switch over to water team.
So you want to test the waters, eh?
Let's see, water up here.
Don't you dare touch my lady! Every wave has a story to share. Oh, blessed be this battle!
I shall purify these tainted domes.
So, let's at least get through this level, and then I think I could tell you. That's actually, do we want to use this instead of the whistle? And just have that auto run if it doesn't already. And then do this. Let's see. Let's go for it. I might have to adjust Caviar Cookie's team too, because his cooldown is way too slow. Ooh. All right.
This day has been blessed by that.
So let me see if I can bring this up if it doesn't block my OBS stuff. But basically, I think what my prediction was this. White Lily Cookie and Pure Vanilla are going to reunite at the River of Tartarus. The very river that if you fall into, it basically, you're just gone. I think you're just gone. You're scattered, all that. And so when White Lily Cookie gets to the river, she's gonna have the memories of the Academy incident hit her like a freaking freight train. And I think the intent is Tartarus is intended to make you relive your worst memories to the point where it will literally make you commit basically a type of, oh God, the way I'm saying it is pretty terrible. A form of spiritual suicide, basically, where you fall into the river and then you're just gone and the life energy left of you is reformed into new cookies, I think. I'd have to look a little further into the whole idea of the River of Tartarus and all that. And so basically, Pure Vanilla going into Tartarus, he's got the keepsake of White Lily Cookie. He's using that keepsake to go find White Lily Cookie before she either ends up in the River of Tartarus or she gets the offer to become Nether Queen or something else. So it's good. So basically, I think Pure Vanilla's going in, basically not just racing the clock to find White Lily Cookie, but remember what they said. Once you get into Tartarus and you're in the living, you have 3 days, 72 hours to make it out, or that's it. You're stuck in Tartarus forever. You've got 72 hours to get out. So think about that. And we don't know how long White Lily's been in Tartarus. or if he, or if she, and if she's been in there long enough, if she can even get out, or if she needs to get out with pure vanilla. Like, could it be a situation where how can I put it? The only way to bring someone out of Tartarus who's been in there past the 3-day period is if they leave with someone who is still within that time period. Like, that's the only way you could get out if you've been in there for longer than 3 days. I'm also hoping we don't run into a situation where the longer you're in Tartarus, the more of your memories get erased. That would be utterly terrifying. Like there are some like TV shows and episodes of like TV shows that I've seen where if you're in a place somewhere, you slowly lose your memory over time, or your memories over time. That's always been one of my fears, is just suddenly you forget stuff when you could have sworn you remembered it. That scares the shit out of me, if I'm going to be honest. So, yeah, that's why I'm both excited as heck and scared as heck for Chapter 8, because again, as we're talking about, Chapter 7 was more of an appetizer for what's going on, and now we're in the actual thing. We're now actually in Tartarus, or hell itself, and it's a race against the clock for pure vanilla to find White Lily Cookie and get on out of there with her. We want to bring her home. I want to bring my precious White Lily Cookie home. She's been through so much. She's been through way too much. Poor. Such an innocent soul, tormented by the mistakes of her past. She never wanted all this. Okay, what did you say here? Or it could function as a switch, such as most mythologies where, I'm going to guess where, W-H-E-R-E, one person is in the underworld and has to switch out with another. It's not a good solution to get out of there, but it's one. So basically, well, that would mean then that pure vanilla would have to stay behind for White Lily Cookie to return, but I don't think that would work. I mean, it's a good point. Okay, next node. We'll do the rift. Healing station. Okay, good. Excuse me. Dang, was really trying to get that burp out. All right, boss of Zone 1. Here we go.
Light, protect me! Enjoy!
I might have to also check if my presets were saved or not. I might have forgotten to check all my presets.
I can hear the crowd cheering.
But that is Zone 1 complete. But here's the problem depending on what rules of this version of the Underworld runs on. He could either stay there for 6 months or an entire year, if not more. Let's see. Do I have the correct setups? No, I do not. I need to switch over. Okay. Which isn't good because time as a concept is slowly being erased. The other thing is we have to remind ourselves, Nether Queen and Asphodel Cookie have probably been in Tartarus for an indefinite period of time, but it's probably because the Netherqueen role has like some benefits to being a Tartarus, whereas with Asphodel, probably not. I'm not sure, but it seems like Asphodel's forgotten a lot of like forgotten things, and the only thing they remember is they have to go back for something, but they don't remember what. It's kind of sad with Asphodel, if I must admit. All right, so let's go with that and get kicking. I will say he is a little bit slow, so I'm wondering if I might want to run Mango instead. There we go. That's a given for side chops. Their only job is to get the dead to the land of the dead, never to question or prevent it. And I think there's serious consequences if they don't do their jobs, too. So I also have to remember that. Let's see. Check, check. We'll change over to this one. And then for Silverbell, we'll use this one for now. All right, let's go. Just love Cherry Blossom just shouting, "You were not invited!"
We won! I'm still angry!
Yes, because the side chop, as much we don't want to die, it has to be done because if there's too many people at one time, something has to give. Yep. Death is really a fascinating thing, and the afterlife as well. And I think it's one of the reasons why I somehow got curious about the Final Destination movies. I mean, death can be a really strange thing sometimes. But also the afterlife is even stranger. Let's see. I want to keep going. So let's go straight. Take the light path. Let's see here. Yeah, she's got the wrong setup. I really want to get more... Yeah, this setup hardly has any damage resistance. I think this one had only 8.5, yeah. So this is a really good setup, but the damage resistance is just really low for what it is right now. Let's see, what are the... These also have cooldown or just... kind of? But that interpretation of death is surprisingly petty, even though death is indifferent and doesn't care. That's fair. I think this is more leading into, like, the scare tactic factor of some horror movies. Like, for the shock factor, if that makes sense. Yeah, some of these setups, I will admit, that I have are kind of terrible. Like, the damage resistance on this one is only 13. Well, we'll try it, but I really don't like that my damage resistance is that low for a defensive character. It's the wrong setup. We want that. Okay, one more check. Yeah, I would agree. Like it's definitely taking it to an extreme, but I think that's what makes it appealing to other people.
Enjoy! Light protect me! Enjoy! Enjoy!
These goats are really freaking annoying.
Light protect me! Enjoy! Enjoy! Light protect me!
Boom.
I can hear the
That did
crowd
take a
cheering.
while though, so I'm hoping we can have better luck than that on other levels. Another battle. Yeah, I will agree with that on the Michael Bay films. The explosions are good, but a lot of everything else is just not good. Not good at all. Actually, do I have auto on? That might be... Let me see. There we go.
Praise godly creators.
All right, so that completes that. That leaves us with the Zone 2 boss. Yeah, I just gotta say it. I think Cherry Blossom's skill quote is hilarious. We have to deal with him as director again. Hopefully this time will actually competent writers dictate everything again. Oh boy. I still think that's a bad omen though. Okay, so Zone 3. Ooh, bad god. Ah. Did not wish for that. Okay, we're at 12:23. I think what we'll do, whatever zone we reach by 1 o'clock is when I'll probably pause to do the gacha rolls that we have. Okay, which path do we want to do? I might take actually the one that goes to recruit him. Just want to Transformers 1 sequel. Is that too much to ask? Fingers crossed you get what you're looking for.
Light protect me! Enjoy! Light protect me! Enjoy! Light protect me!
Okay, I'm gonna wait.
Enjoy!
Boom.
Prepare a victory banquet!
All right, we'll go this way. Gonna need water for this one. Okay, I am gonna swap out Captain Caviar. Let's see. Let's do cream soda.
May the best win.
Then for her setup, do we have the correct one? Cooldown with resistances. Why does she have a light damage? It's when she's water. I just realized, I'm like, wait, why does she have a water? How did I give her light damage? That's not how it works. Okay, let's see. So this is the only water damage one we've got right now. The damage amount is just short of 20, and we just barely don't have enough attunements to... No, we actually could guarantee a 2-1. Not looking good. Okay, so I'm going to have to guarantee it to both of these. I do want the damage resistance first, though. And then let's... we only got 175, so I don't want to use those right away. I don't think we'll equip this right away either. Just because 11.2 water damage isn't really that good. What is that? Most of these cookies would not even last 12 minutes in the war blackberry titanium iron cookies from. That could be a problem, because one thing I kind of want to emphasize is you don't want to make your characters overpowered. For example, like I have to be really careful with Ranger Cookie, with how he is. My idea is that right now for him is that while he has a futuristic armor that's really powerful, it's also, how would I say it? Basically, I put in my headcanon that the magic powers in the Cookie Run universe are superior to the technology that Ranger possesses. So while Ranger's technology can be served as a very good tool, it's not the best option for combat at this point, since technology has yet to catch up to match the power of the soul jams. And so therefore, when Ranger has to face like a Guardian of Nature or an Ancient or a Beast Cookie or even Dark Enchantress, he's out of his element. But against most other common or rare cookies, he might have little to no trouble, but he might run into trouble anyways, depending on how well versed they are. But my idea is that Ranger is not like ultra powerful and destroys everybody. No, while he has a technological edge, it's only an edge. It doesn't guarantee that he can actually beat everybody. He can actually get outmanned and outgunned or outsorted. Let's see here. So that's one of the biscuits. I think the reason I gave this to her is just because I had the cooldown and damage resist, which is really good. This one here has a little bit less cooldown, but still has the damage resistance to match. It's just I really will probably want that extra water damage once I have the enough attuning kits to use it on. So let's see. That doesn't drop us down too badly. So let's go with that. Actually, do we want to give her a different topping? Crit resistance may not actually be useful in this circumstance. Oh, this would be actually kind of fun to work with. Crit resistance is a little bit less, but the extra damage resistance is actually helpful. Let's see. Yeah, let's switch this on to her. So it drops her crit resistance a slight bit, but she does get a slight damage resistance buff with it. All right. I think that will do. Let's go. And in case you're wondering, reduced size makes them have squeaky voice. So try to find Cream Soda's voice somewhere amongst that mess. Your voice, your tiny voice is so goofy.
I simply followed their teachings.
Let's see. Okay, here's the... This is the funniest thing I've seen in the game. Yeah, apparently you can tinify your characters. What's the type? Okay, it's grass. All right, let's go. So grass team, let's go. I really love the sound for when Silver Bell fires his bow. That is such a good sound.
My light will never go out.
All right. We got Cloud Hate. We got a healing point. We need water for this. All right, let's go. Let us hear a squeaky soda cream cookie. It's so stupid, but also so damn funny. And there we go.
Near the ocean. My friends are so happy.
I think both my characters have an edge over yours because Blackberry Titanium is trained in all the weapons and Iron Wheat is self-taught how to use every weapon. Well, Ranger mainly uses either firearms or he has a handgun in his armor, but he never uses it in the cookie world. He keeps it as a last resort. And his primary weapons are his RX Saber and his RX Cannon, which is basically a buster / arm cannon and a plasma saber. Now, unlike the Z Saber from the Zero series, again, Ranger is based off of, like, his character design is based off of X from the Mega Man X series, specifically Ultimate Armor X, but there are some adjustments to his armor since he is technically a human and an armor exoskeleton suit. And due to him being human, there are limitations on his armor that prevent him from being able to use it to its full potential. His saber is not a katana style blade. It's actually a Roman short sword style blade. So it's more powerful, but the range is shorter and it uses up more energy. So he can't infinitely slash with it. It has an energy limit. Think of it like the Master Sword in Breath of the Wild, the Breath of the Wild style games, where it technically has unlimited uses, but it runs out of energy. And if you run out of energy, it either slows down your blade swing speed or in the case of Ranger's RX Saber, the blade can't be unsheathed from its handle. He would have to put it into his backpack and have it recharge. So he has unlimited ammo in his RX cannon and his Z Saber, but it can run out of energy or become disabled from damage. So like with Ranger's RX cannon, if he takes too much damage from his cannon, it could actually be disabled and rendered unusable for a period of time. It also is subject to overheating. So when he uses his RX cannon, like his charge shot or his laser missiles, there's a cooldown before he can use the RX cannon again. So I think the laser missiles, both laser missiles and charge shots have like a 5-second cooldown. I've thought about balancing it so it's 5 seconds for missiles and 3 seconds for his charge shot, but I've kept it at 5 to kind of keep it like familiar, like the same. But I've thought about changing it to being 3 seconds for his charge shot, and it's not like the charge shot from like X's Ultimate Buster where he fires like a gigantic beam of plasma. Instead, Ranger's charge shot is a plasma-based laser that pierces enemies and can even penetrate certain materials such as wood, metal, and things that aren't like very thickly solid. So like he could penetrate through most materials. I think some of the materials he can't penetrate through would probably be like concrete maybe, but that's why he has the laser missiles, because he could blow through concrete with laser missiles. And laser missiles are basically a variant of super missiles. So like the super missiles from the Metroid series, where it basically does a lot of damage, shakes the screen, but also the missile emits a laser flash that can incinerate targets in a bubble radius. So not only are they getting hit by a massive shockwave of a missile, they're also getting hit by an incinerating bubble that just flashes and then it's gone. So laser missiles are very powerful, but he has a very limited amount. I think his amount I've defaulted to is 15. I think I'm going to do... Yeah, I'm going to do this easterly route. We got a battle. Okay. Up. All right.
Did I do well?
Indeed you did, Silverbell. Honestly, Silverbell is another one of the characters I like in terms of their personality. So they have limitations that they no longer have access to their armories and only have what they have. And you finding temporary... That's a very good limitation. The other thing is Ranger does have a Nova Strike. So how Ranger's Nova Strike works in... is he... Unlike X in his Ultimate Armor where he has unlimited uses of it, Ranger's has to charge up. And it charges naturally or charges with damage. So it's more similar to the Nova Strike from the 4th armor instead of the Ultimate Armor, where instead of unlimited uses, Ranger has to charge it up, and it either charges naturally or charges with damage taken. And again, I'm mainly doing this to balance him out, but also because, remember, Ranger's human, so when he uses the Nova Strike ability, it's essentially like an electric volt tackle. So actually, what I've also done to balance him out is that because he's a human instead of a android like X, or like a Reploid like X is, Ranger does feel the recoil from impacting someone with the Nova Strike, so he does take recoil damage upon using the Nova Strike. So it's a way to balance it out. So basically, think of it like basically a Mega Man X version of Volt Tackle from Pokemon. doubt this world has. They do. Remember Rye Cookie?
Light protect me! Enjoy! Light protect me! Enjoy! Light protect me! Enjoy! Light protect me! Enjoy!
There we go. Yeah, I don't like the fact that Koingamon
A splendid fight!
has a very slow cooldown right now. I really need her to be using her skills often as possible. Are jet bullets. I don't think I've heard of them. It's a 2-5er, huh? I wonder if the reason my damage is inadequate is because I have, I'll just try this for one try. Yeah, those will make it a lot easier for him to scavenge for parts needed. One more, and I think we should go down. There we go.
That was nothing.
Let's do the heal zone again. This should get some people to 120, I think. Yes, some of them are already at 120, so good time for a heal. Okay, back to water. Now back to squeaky cream soda cookie. Please don't put her to sleep. That's really annoying. She doesn't really look that much tiny, though. She doesn't really look that much tiny. I guess with each level, she'll get even tinier.
Another chapter to my story.
All right, now for the boss. Grass again. Oh, yeah, we gotta beat the piss out of this Werehound brute. Ow, I don't appreciate that. Yeah, I think I put Cotton back on just standard cooldown. That's way too long. 10 seconds. Also, the stun is really goddamn annoying. Boom. Yeah, it probably shouldn't be a substitute. All right, Sector 5. Might do this eastwardly path. Let me see. For Koinamon, I'm going to check something here. Okay, we do have a cooldown setup that she could use. I wonder if we could use that. Let's change over to that. Let's see. That gives us 30 cooldown, 17. If I could probably get another reset for like 5 or 6 on that, it'd be really good. Honestly, that's really good. Apart from the damage resistance being too low, that's not too bad. Let's try this. I don't like the damage resistance being under 10, but this might help in certain fights where she really needs that attack speed. Alright, here we go.
Protect me! Enjoy!
Straight through.
Protect me! Enjoy!
Heal immediately.
Light protect me!
Boom. I think that's our ticket right there. I would like more damage resistance, but that's really
A
good.
splendid fight!
Brilliantly done. So I kind of got around that, admittedly, with Ranger. Like, Ranger's armor is basically a combination of both military grade and ultra durable materials like titanium, Kevlar, coltan. So, like, basically stuff that could base... like, coltan is actually an actual material. I think it's like, if you go, like, take a look at, like, Terminator, coltan can withstand, like, temperatures like 30,000 degrees Celsius. And so that's what's used to help the armor survive extreme environments of extreme heat or cold. So my idea is that Ranger's armor is made up of very durable, like, coltan, titanium, Kevlar, weave combination, making it ultra flexible, but also ultra durable. Well, can survive in virtually any environment, and can take things like bullets, impacts, and everything without a problem. And the armor itself has its own energy shield that auto recharges, albeit slower than like other systems, making it extremely durable. Like, you have to do a lot to get it to dent or damage in any way. Got another battle. We are not getting good luck on these rifts. Was it water? Hopefully I didn't pick the wrong one. Okay, we did get it correct. All right. There we go.
This day has been blessed by
Yeah. Let's stick to that right path. Okay, I did say I want to go back to using cooldown for Cotton. Is this, oh, yeah, it also has crit resist, which we really don't need, but... Actually, for Ranger, since he has that titanium... oh, that's right. There's one more material added. Carbon fiber. Because it also has incredible durability and can have great flexibility. So it's coltan, titanium, Kevlar, and carbon fiber. And that combination makes it ultra durable, can survive plasma shots and other things that most humans normally would not be able to survive, but on top of the energy shield. So that makes Ranger ultra durable and capable of surviving in virtually any environment with the enhancement chips that he has. The main downside is Ranger is still susceptible to exhaustion as a human. So while he can stay in the armor indefinitely, and he kind of has to in the Cookie Run universe, he is still prone to getting exhausted, needing to sleep to recharge, the whole 9 yards. It's just when he gets into the Cookie Run universe, he's transformed into a cookie, and he can't get out of his armor. The only things he can take off are his helmet and his gauntlets, or the gauntlets are part of his RX cannon. So he could survive things like lasers, acid exposure to a certain extent. So that's probably the one thing Ranger will have over a lot of the characters, is his durability is exceptionally good. But that doesn't mean he can, like, take on multiple cookies at once. If he versus, like, an entire group of cookies, he could still get overwhelmed. Like, for example, one of the things I thought of doing for the story is Ranger will actually scrimmage against the Utter Ancients at some point, but with the fight with Pure Vanilla Cookie, when he gets to that, Ranger, to make it fair, because he doesn't like the idea of just facing a healer by himself, he has Pure Vanilla team up with Ginger Brave and friends. Basically, Ginger Brave, Strawberry, Wizard, and I'm thinking Black Raisin, or... So that way it's not just him versus a healer, which he thinks is unfair, but that he can, how would I say it? He can basically he can actually take on a group of enemies, and he actually does lose to the Pure Vanilla team, mainly just because my idea is power of teamwork beats super powered super soldier. Just kind of like cartoony trope of, oh, teamwork will always beat like this one single powerful guy with armor. Just my kind of way of emphasizing the value of teamwork in the story. For whatever reason, humanity, this one's from thanks to the gene manipulation, somehow unarmored civilians can survive. Let's see. Oh yeah, we want to keep going here. Can't get too tunnel visioned here. All right, so we got 7 minutes left before we hit 1 o'clock. Once we hit 1 o'clock, we'll pause where we are in the Trials of the Nether Realm, and then we'll move on to the Gasha. Let's see. Battle looks for light. All right. But yeah, against the Ancients, Ranger's got no shot.
Light protect me!
Okay, let's see if we can get her back up.
Light protect me! Enjoy! Light protect me! Enjoy! Enjoy! Light protect me!
Okay. But yeah, Ranger basically against the Utter Ancients, he gets his ass kicked.
Oh, I did it?
Like, I'm not kidding, he gets his ass kicked. Probably the one cookie, ancient cookie, that he's completely outmatched, aka he either can't do anything or barely does anything, is going to be Golden Cheese. Because one of Ranger's weaknesses of being in an armored exoskeleton suit is his mobility's reduced because of the weight. To make up for that, he has dash thrusters or jet thrusters that allow him to dash, which allows him to semi-sprint a certain distance, you know, dash forward a certain distance. But the problem is that makes up for his, that only makes up a bit for his lack of mobility. Against someone like Golden Cheese who can fly, he's got no shot. He basically has to over-rely on laser missiles, which, by the way, laser missiles do have a lock-on function. So he can basically lock on to targets with it and engage them at almost about... basically, the range of it is the equivalent of a Javelin missile launcher. It locks up to targets, I think... I need to think. What's the Javelin missile launchers? What's its lock-on range for the FGM-148? About 1.5 miles. So I might balance it out to be like up to a mile for Ranger. But the one thing interesting about Ranger's laser missile launcher, he could fire the missile two ways. Direct fire, like the Law or the RPG, where you point and the missile fires that way. Or he could set it to Javelin mode, where he either aims the RX cannon upward and fires it so that the missile goes into the air and then the launch ignites, or he could fire it forward of him. The missile goes forward a few feet, then ignites and goes vertical. So basically, he could fire his missile in flexible fashion and switch it on the fly. So if he's in an open area and he's got a target, you know, a mile away, he can use the Javelin firing style so that the missile goes up into the air, goes the mile to the target, and then drops on it from the top. Up. So that's one thing about the laser missiles, is that it has flexibility in mind, but it does a lot of damage and it can be used multiple ways. So yeah, didn't think I'd be talking about the Javelin missile launcher of our military in a Cookie Run Kingdom video. There you go. You never know what we'll talk about in these streams, and I always welcome it. All right, we got a healing node coming up. And now we got another fight. But again, the main downside of the laser missiles is it instantly overheats his RX cannon, and he only has a limited capacity of missiles. Because I also thought about, like, what should be his max missile capacity. I ended up deciding on 15, but also making it so that, like, over time, his armor will actually auto-generate missiles, similar to, like, the concentration ability in Utter M. There we go. I also need to get the magic candy for Purple Yam.
We won! I'm still angry!
You know, maybe I should try to do some of the voice lines of some of the characters just for the heck of it. Like Purple Yam. I feel like I could try to do a few lines from him. I've actually been thinking about maybe also just randomly doing like some YouTube shorts with like Ranger voice lines of my character Ranger Cookie. I might start doing that once I get a character design for him official. Okay, we got to take on... oh, wow, we're actually at 1 o'clock now. So I think we're going to stop after this boss fight here.
Protect me! Enjoy! Protect pillow! Light protect me! Enjoy! Enjoy! Protect pillow! Light protect me! Enjoy!
Okay.
Enjoy! Light protect me! Enjoy!
Yes. Okay.
Stand up proud, like a champion, but cute.
All right. So we just hit 1 o'clock and we just hit Sector 6. So we're going to save and stop here. So for the final hour of the stream, we're going to do some gacha rolls. So let's save and leave. And we'll continue this maybe on another stream, or I'll probably just finish this on my own. Store missiles and landmines. Oh my word. Something is... Oh, yeah. The balloon is back. All right. Let's take care of that expedition then. Custard cookie, ash salt, space donut, eclair, and... I need to remember who this guy is. Or I remember who this is. Alright. And this will be our last one for today. Okay, what else is there? Already did that, right? Yeah, we did. Those are going. Next train arrives in about an hour. Let's see. Okay, we got the daily on that done. Okay. And that basically increases our reward and bonus coins to 27. Okay, that's why it was 6. Okay. But yeah, look at the amount of cookie cutters we've got. So if we go to Gacha, we've got 12,000. So we can do 120 rolls for Nether Queen, and we get the guaranteed one at 50. Then we've got, since we've got Asphodel already at 5-star Ascended, we're not going to do the featured cookie, unfortunately, since Asphodel's already at 5-star. Instead, we're going to do the Destiny one and the regular cookie one. We'll start with the cookie one. I think we'll do at least 100 on each. Mystic Flower, I've already got her maxed out. Okay, I'll skip the rest of this. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to get anything else there. And yeah, you can see I have a ridiculous amount of mileage points, over 1 mil. Gotta take a sip here. Also, Obsidian, feel free to keep going with more stuff about, like, things you know. Because pretty much, I think the rest of this stream is pretty much going to be me doing the gacha 100 times on each one. Frost Queen, I already got her maxed out. Oh, here we go. It's an epic. Salt Cellar. I'm going to say it. Salt Cellar Cookie, like, in terms of personality and character, like, all of these characters are so good. Like, Salt Cellar's gacha roll sends chills. Like, and her character design is great. Funny enough, she actually has a condition where she's blind in one of her eyes, believe it or not. If you notice, her right eye does not blink. There's actually a medical condition for that. I can't remember what it's called, but basically she's blind in one eye and can't blink, but the other eye works very well. And I think that's a really cool touch they made with her character, and yet she's a very capable fighter. So I really like Salt Cellar's character design and personality on that. Yeah, and it's actually based off a Salt Shaker. That's what her design's based off of. So we could talk about some of the cookies as we roll here. But yeah, most of the cookies I already have maxed out. You know, Salt Cellar's already maxed out. Pumpkin pie. Okay, that's really good. 3 Povidone Iodine Soul Stones. Okay, Dark Cacao, but he's already maxed out. Oh. Another Epic. I think this is Dark Choco. Yep, Dark Choco. They actually gave him his own animation, which I like. It used to be like the generic role, like what Chili Pepper has, but now he has his own animation. I'm actually glad some of the minion characters got their own animations, like Pomegranate and Dark Choco. Tiger Lily. I think Tiger Lily and Chili Pepper are the 2, and Herb are the 3 that still have their generic, I can't speak. Generic animations from the very start of the game. During World War II, a mayor called the Air Force to bomb the river because it was frozen over. The Air Force did it with dynamite. Now, yeah, I think I remember hearing about that. It was like one of the winter operations, but I can't remember where it was. I liked it. I can't remember. My brother John Blanton would know more about this. I'm gonna bet it was probably during the winter campaigns, during the Battle of the Bulge, that it happened. He'll have to correct me if I'm wrong on that. Crunchy chip. Seltzer. Black Pearl. Oh, got another one here. Another Epic. Cotton. The acoustic guitar is the giveaway that it's Cotton. And I actually don't mind rolling her. Like, really good character. Love her outfit design. And her staff looks amazing. Like, I think Cotton was one of the first cookies, like, I farmed the heck out of to get her to, like, max level when I started out. I just like that she had really good healing, and her sheep were really useful as kind of like a game of keep away to keep the enemies from getting, like, right in your face. I think she still has her uses. As we see in the tower, she does have her uses as healing and support, but in other serious modes, she's kind of been phased out. Poison mushroom, or what I like to call high cookie, because he sounds like he's always freaking high. It's a lot of cookies that I already have, but unfortunately, it looks like I'm not going to get the epic roll this time. All right. Yeah, I mean, you got to start somewhere again, Obsidian. But, I mean, for me, like, for Ranger Cookie, he's just going to be a cookie in an armor shell. Like, a lot of these characters are very, very creative. Oh, that was a bad burp. Ugh. That's disgusting. Yeah, that was a kind of a bad roll. I only got Caramel Arrow. Frilled? Yeah, I'm getting some pretty bad rolls in the standard Cookie Gacha, which isn't promising right now, if I'm honest. So, yeah, I mean, I would just keep at it, Obsidian. I would also try to think of, like, ways to make your character unique, especially maybe, like, thinking of a scent, because I've heard that the cookies are supposed to have unique scents to each other. Whereas with Ranger being part human and cookie now, of course his odor would, I would think his scent wouldn't be, I would think his scent would be more like the woodland forest. So he's more of a soldier with the smell of trees. Like the forest here in Georgia, like probably pine tree scent or something like that. I'm trying to think how I would do it. Maybe pine tree scent or something like woodland forest scent. Well, if I make him that scent, then I would probably want him to be grass type. Now that I think about it. Oh, green tea mousse. I do like how for green tea mousse, Choco Drizzle, and Pudding a la Mode, they descend from that stage. From the stage there. That I like that a lot. That's pretty cool. Green Tea Mousse, actually, I think is the best of the three sisters, because she's got really good defensive capabilities. Like, she is, like, honestly, one of my big tips is for the arcade arena, you do want to run her in certain team setups, because she will tank. She will tank. Super epic. Stardust, yes! Oh, you know what? Once this animation finishes, I might as well show something. Give me a second. I am going to show something that I do have. Probably not the thing I expected to do tonight, but may as well show one of the collectibles I got from MomoCon earlier this year. Autograph Stardust Cookie. Signed by the voice actor of Stardust Cookie, too. That was part of, and then I got to record that voice acting short with him, which was really good. Surprisingly, that one only got about 100 views compared to the one I did with Silent Salt. If we roll Silent Salt, then I'll show the other one, because that was the other picture I got. Okay, Hollowberry Soulstone. Okay, one more of these, and then we'll switch over to the Destiny one. Ooh. Oh. trust me, every time I roll her, I'm gonna hold on to her for each time I roll the animation. So, as I said, favorite ancient cookie in the game, favorite cookie in the game in general. I'm always happy to roll her, even though I already have her max ascended, max promoted. Just seeing her Gosh animation, it's really sad, but also it just makes me really happy whenever I roll her because I know it's her. So I would love if I had something side by side by a voice actor, but luck is not. Yeah, you're gonna have to go to conventions for that, and you're gonna have to pay a pretty penny. I might try something with in the future actually, because I do plan to be at Anime Week in Atlanta in November, and I might try to get some more voice acting shorts done. I just need to figure out how I'm going to do that, because I think one of the guests for Anime Week in Atlanta, I've actually seen her earlier this year at BonsaiCon in Columbia, is Allegra Clark, the voice actor of Wedding Cake Cookie. I'm kind of thinking I might try to do some lines with her. Maybe I might do a funny skit about I thought about doing like a funny skit where Ranger asks Wedding Cake, why the heck did Schwarzwalder or Choco Warehound Brute get a wedding dress? Like, what the heck went into that? And why did you do that? And was that your idea or his? Like, whose idea was that to give him a freaking wedding dress? But I'm always happy to roll White Lily Cookie. Oh, your Vanilla Cookie stole stones. Oh, here's the cookie I was wondering what his name was, or her name was. Street Urchin Cookie. Yeah, I cannot remember that name for some reason. But what I do know is she's one of the cookies in the town square alongside Caramel Chew. Overall, really good roll. I'm always happy to roll White Lily Cookie. And after Chapter 7, what we've witnessed with White Lily Cookie's past at this point, you are not going to change my mind about her. She's my favorite ancient cookie in this game. Like, and probably she might be the most tragic hero character. I'm going to have to review, like tragic hero stories to find out if White Lily Cookie's on the list. But for me right now, she would be my #1 most tragic hero. Like, she is the example of trying to make the world a better place only to do the exact opposite. And just being forced to be alone as a result. Like, it's her story and background that is the inspiration for the Ranger's Adventures and Unworthy Cookie series. Is you've got, 2 different characters, one from a world that's ended and another who's watching her world get torn apart by her own actions, and both of them seeking atonement. No, Choco Warehound Groot is the big cake guy with the hammer, who actually, funny enough, is voiced by the same guy who voices Wind Archer Cookie. Which is horribly ironic, but also really, really goddamn funny. But yeah, where was I? Okay, yeah, Ranger and White Lily Cookie. Is that basically my idea is making a story where you have 2 tragic heroes trying to, you see kind of the flashbacks of 2 tragic heroes trying to do what's right, and Ranger having to struggle with the aftermath of losing her. Alongside Pure Vanilla Cookie. So yeah, it's, as I said, the main objective of the Ranger's Adventures arc has always been to stay true to the original story, but add Ranger into the story and give him more of a support role, to where he's not the guy that, like, he never takes the protagonist role, but he always assists the protagonist in achieving their goal. Okay, that was 100 rolls of the regular cookie. We're going to do Destiny 1 next. I might actually do 110 since we're at 90 out of 300. Yeah, same voice actor. Also, here's a reason why I'm doing specifically this Destiny Gacha. It's to get Silent Salt to max promotion. He's at 5-star right now. I need to get him to 6, and I'm like, I think 40 off. This ain't looking too good so far. Yeah, that's not a good roll at all. It was pretty much rares or commons. Also, Silent Salt and White Lily Cookie's Dawnbringer theme, they're both amazing themes. And Silent Salt is my favorite, my favorite Beast and Ancient cookie right here. Silent Salt is a fantastic Beast cookie, and then White Lily Cookie's a fantastic Ancient cookie. Both have made tragic mistakes. One accepted his silence, the other continued pursuing the truth, even if it ate her soul alive. Super epic? Oyster. I think in terms of super epics, I think Oyster's like my least favorite to roll. But I mean, rolling super epics is pretty nice. Right now we're trying to get Venom Dough or Povidone Iodine because I pretty much have every other super epic maxed out except for those two. Is Povidone Iodine and Venom Dough. But yeah, as you can see here, 156 Destiny Cookie Cutters. As I said, my end goal is to get Silent Salt completely maxed out. Yeah, I try to save up my cutters whenever I can. Epic. Linzer! All right. Also, funny thing, I know about the voice actor who voices Linzer. Dawn Michelle Bennett. She voices Linzer Cookie, Twizzly Gummy Cookie, and she also voices Sash Lilac from Freedom Planet and Freedom Planet 2. Another series, platforming series that I love a lot. I've beaten Freedom Planet 1. I have yet to beat Freedom Planet 2, but I played the demo for Freedom Planet 2, even streamed it. It was really good. I have heard that Freedom Planet 2's story is harder than 1, though. So I may stream Freedom Planet 2 at some point, but I really don't know when. I really got to put it into my schedule if I'm going to start live streaming on a consistent basis again. But yeah, Linzer Cookie. Voice actor is Dawn Michelle Bennett. She also voices Twizzly Gummy Cookie. I think for iron wheat cookie, he would smell like iron, wheat, and soul. Whatever souls are supposed. I don't know. Is soul supposed to have a scent? Also, the other thing is, because Ranger is technically a human cookie amalgamation in a way, but mainly just basically a cookie with a human face and human hands. Basically, his own DNA signature can be picked up by ancients and beasts. So that's one way that Ranger could blend in with most people thanks to his helmet and the fact that his helmet actually has a rebreather and a visor. So people can't quite see into his helmet, but it's because of his unnatural scent and the dough fractures. The dough fractures basically are like screaming to the ancients that this cookie is not normal, may not even be from this world. Another epic. Fig. I haven't even bothered to like promote him to max ascension. I heard a lot of people say he's not good at all. All right. Keep it going. Let me see about my gosh. I do need to make sure like I count how many times I used. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I need to do it 5 more times. Oh, I'm gonna skip that one. If I get Wizard Cookie to appear, I'm gonna auto skip it. Unfortunately, because that means I didn't get a single epic. Okay, let's see what we got here. Another epic. Pavlova. I think I only just got him to max ascension very recently. I had really bad luck rolling him, but I only just got him to max ascension like a month or 2 ago. Okay, 4 more times. No, 3 more times. Legally distinct Cupid. Really hope I can at least roll Silent Salt once tonight. Another super epic. I think this is Elder Fairy. I actually don't mind Elder Fairy a whole lot. He used to be really good in the mode, but not so much now. Mango. And heck, Mango just got featured in chapters 5 and 6 of the Timeline of Fate anyway, so yeah. Don't know if I'm gonna get another epic. Usually it's like 2 at most if you're lucky. Yeah. All right, 2 more rolls left at the Destiny, and then we will go up to the legendary featured gacha for Nether Queen. Okay, that's good. Some Moldo cookie soul stones. He's another cookie I've had really bad luck rolling for. A Moldo cookie. Let's do 2 more, actually. I did say I wanted to get to 200. No, I'm going to let the song play for a little bit here. Honestly, that theme song just brings me so much joy. Just hearing that, like Silent Salts is just awe-inspiring, but White Lily Cookie's Dawnbringer theme, it makes me so joyful. Like it's why I love her Dawnbringer outfit. Like it fits her so well. It's so beautiful. Like there's the symbolism in it is also really good. Lime. Venom Dough. Okay, 17 left for him. Epic. Pomegranate. As I said, Pomegranate also has an animation now. She used to not have one. Just hope I didn't use up all my luck early on. All right, let's do one more 10 roll to get to 200. Another epic. Red Osmanthus, I think. Because I could tell by the music that plays that it's Red Osmanthus. And I have to get her to max, promote her to max ascension as well. But I do like the Osmanthus cookies. I just think their attacks are a little slow. Nope, another epic. Okay, one of the Citrix Squad members. Who do we got? It is orange. All right. So for the Citrix Squad, I've got 3 of the 4 members max ascended. The only one that is not max ascended is Lime Cookie. Freedom and Fate, the duel will reach a breaking point and go on a rampage. Similar to Zero versus Omega from Mega Man Zero. Okay. All right, so we didn't roll Silent Salt once, which is very worrying. We might push our luck. I might go for 50 more here. Try to get to 250. Because I really want to get at least Silent Salt once, if we can. Because if I only get him via the pity, then I gotta go one more time, and I don't know if I want to do that. Yeah, nothing there. And also, hopefully, we'll get more Destiny Cookie tickets as we go along. One quick tip I will mention. I would try and use all the Destiny tickets whenever you can. So like, don't leave any to waste. When those expire, you lose them all. So use them all whenever you can. Asphodel, huh? With all those epic soul stones, I don't think we're going to get an epic roll. No, we're not going to get an epic roll. I kind of knew it. I saw all those epic soul stone roads, and I'm thinking, there's no way we're rolling an epic then if we're getting that many. When I do reach that scene, the illustration will be interesting. During this replacement, will manifest the memories of what they've experienced. So basically like a traumatic breakdown, like a traumatic-based mental breakdown. Yeah, I might be using up all my... I might have used up all my luck tonight. Yeah, it looks like I might have used up all my luck. This is not looking good. We had some good luck, or decent luck early on, but I think we've used it up. Ugh. I really hate it when I roll Gingerbrave only, because that means I'm either getting one cookie or none. And I'm probably get the most unlucky with these kinds of rolls in the Destiny Gasha specifically. Yeah, it's looking like we're only going to roll them via pity unless we get them here. Nope, still an epic. Peach Blossom. Again, the music is the giveaway to me. I do like how the flower actually hides one of his eyes. And yeah, that's a dude, by the way. Alright, that's the only epic we're gonna get, so I think I'm only gonna get Silent Salt via the pity roll. If we just use like 160 and didn't get him once. Like, this is supposed to be the Gasha that gives you that increased chance of getting him. Alright, so now let's transition to the Bells of Oblivion Gasha. I think we're going to do 100 of these since we have about 12,000. So we are going to get the guaranteed roll at minimum. But let's see if we can get anything else on top of it. I don't know about you, but I think that's half a decimal of what special Gashas have. I'm just going to say it. I think this theme is beautifully haunting. Like, I don't know. I get that this is the Queen of the Nether Realm, but man, it is beautifully haunting. This theme is really well done. Once I see Wizard, I just bail. Yeah, good to see you tonight, Zion. Hope you're doing well. Now, I've already done most of this stuff on my stream. Once we're done with this Gasha, this is pretty much going to be it. So I know you're kind of late, but I do appreciate you coming. And actually, it kind of is Obsidian. That's a good point. It does sound like a lullaby in a way. I think what makes it haunting is the bell in the background. Yeah, it's looking like my Gasha luck is really bad tonight. I'm hardly getting anything. Usually it's the early part of the weekend where I usually get my good luck rolls. If I do it early in the week, it's just bad. So maybe once we crossed midnight into Monday, my luck just vanished. Yeah. It's even worse that it, well, not, well, yeah, it's even worse that it plays, like, at the intro animation where you see Pure Vanilla reaching for White Lily Cookie. Like, if you look closely, you look at his face. That is the face of, like, please don't go. Please don't go. Like, they're both reaching for each other, but White Lily Cookie's walking forward away from him, and he's just rushing for his life. He doesn't want to lose her. Like, it is, like, that animation alone is just heartbreaking for me. And I'm hoping it's not the heartbreak that I think it is. But it just, the music makes me think it is. And it, like, it will, if it is, it's gonna tear a lot of people up. Milky Way. Okay. Maybe my luck ran out when I rolled White Lily Cookie. Not saying it's her fault. I'm just saying, like, once I got White Lily Cookie, my luck kind of ran out. I mean, the background of the screen though is really good. I wonder if it's meant to, like, be a representation of, like, the Tower of Babel where you know, humanity tried to build a giant tower towards heaven, and then the Lord confused their language. Something like that. Would make a lot of sense as to what Tartarus is, like, everyone trying to climb out of heaven, or hell, or Tartarus. Same here, this will be my last hint for that eventual scene. The reason why this duel seems to be able to fight indefinitely is thanks to a certain tear. Or fear or tear? And Jack's B Mark just spammed a bunch of words, so welcome. Anyway. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you guys tonight, but we are approaching the end of the stream since the Gasha was going to be the last thing I was going to do tonight. Okay, so you were saying tear. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm probably the only person streaming Cookie Run Kingdom on Twitch right now. The other thing is, I used to stream DDR as well. Well, I tried to. I have a Omega GX DDR pad that's been like a pain in the ass. You are? Okay. Well, maybe I'll catch some of the people out in the other, you know, other parts of the world that might be at daytime where they are. Never know. All right, so we got one more 10 roll, and then we'll get the guaranteed Nether Queen cookie obtained. But yeah, welcome to the stream, Jax. Good to have you here tonight. Not only do I do Cookie Run Kingdom, but if you've seen my previous streams, I also cover Major League Baseball. Specifically, my favorite team in the South, the Atlanta Braves. Nope, As soon as I saw the rare, I just immediately knew that's going to be the only one I'm going to get. But yeah, my rolls have been really terrible. Okay, since this is a guaranteed roll, I'm going to shut up and let the animation play here, so... I have to say it, that I think that's the longest animation for a legendary cookie in the game. And just the way that animation is done is so good. Where did you buy the plushies? Oh, my White Lily plushie. Amazon, believe it or not. Cookie Run now has an Amazon store. So go to Amazon and search Cookie Run and you will find a Cookie Run store. I actually pre-ordered my White Lily cookie plushie when the Cookie Run store opened. You have not seen time. Oh, I have. I think Nether Queens is longer still. Oh, thanks for the follow, man. I don't have any notifications if anybody is following me on Twitch or YouTube, unfortunately. So I get the notifications on my watch, but thanks for the follow, man. Just in case you're wondering, right now, I don't have a definitive schedule on streaming, but right now right now, I think it's currently like every other Friday about 10 p.m. Eastern time, which is 10:30 Eastern, United States, New York, Atlanta. So you'll need to figure that into your time zone to figure out when you can catch me. I'll probably talk more about the upcoming week because I do have something planned. You can also follow me at my YouTube. It's the same username, SoundEffect09, and that's where I will post not only my Cookie Run Kingdom live streams, but also that is where I upload my DDR videos, which reminds me I do need to catch up on those. I do DDR and Step Maniacs. My level limit in the game is for DDR is, I think, 16, 17 right now. But I haven't played in months, so it's probably back down to like 15, 16. And then my level limit for Step Maniacs is, I believe, 21, 22. All right, I'm looking forward to seeing what it looks like, Obsidian, so keep up the good work. But yeah, with that guaranteed roll, we can now promote Nether Queen Cookie to 1 star. But we will do at least 5 more rolls. We'll get to the next tier or section. It's just going to be all soul stones, isn't it? Yeah. That's a really bad roll. And Ash Salt, I haven't gotten much of her rolls either. So yeah, it looks like I'm going to have really bad luck with the Gasha rolls tonight. Eclair. I know that one. I wonder if I should do the guess that cookie Gasha. Like, isn't there like a challenge where you can like guess the cookie Gasha rolls in like a video or something like that? I probably could do that at some point, just for the heck of it. Just a rare. Okay, we can skip that one. Oh, we actually got a soul stone for Nether Queen. Only one, but it is a soul stone. But yeah, like the character design for Nether Queen is, they knocked it out of the park. The music, the theme, the styling, it's beautifully and hauntingly brilliant. But like, I will say this, it is a little bit surprising to me that this is supposed to be a timeline arc, and we're going to these places with dragons and the afterlife, which is, I guess even those places are affected by time in some fashion or another. So I guess it would make sense that those would be affected by the destabilizing timeline to an extent. I got wizard. That means automatic bad roll. All right, well, we've got 2 more rolls to go through from both Hades and Persephone. I'm gonna guess that's how it's pronounced. You know what? I could have skipped that because that's probably the only cookie I'm gonna get. Yeah, that's again not a good roll. So this will be the last one. And then I think we will conclude the stream, because I can't think of anything else we could do tonight. We'll check the menus before we end the stream, but yeah, this will be our last roll for tonight. Because I'm going to want to save up till I have enough to where I can get another guaranteed roll. That's generally how I literally roll with my Gasha rolls, which, God, it's so terrible. My goodness. Is that I try to save up enough of the amount to where I can get the guaranteed drop on the character in question. So if I get extra, rolls of that character, then that's a bonus. So I'm at least guaranteeing 1 obtainment. Yeah, my luck has been so bad tonight. I basically, the only thing I got was maybe White Lily Cookie and a pity roll for, or pity drop for, Nether Queen. On 300 plus rolls. That's really, really bad luck. I seem to have better luck with Gashas when I roll early in the weekend. So like Friday and Saturday, I get really good lucks, and then Sunday onward, like Sunday through Thursday, my luck is just trash. So that's why I try to save up all my rolls for Friday and Saturday, because that just seems to be the days where I get my best result. Rarely do I get like a good day on Sunday through Thursday. It just does not seem to happen. So, with that, let me see if there's anything else I need to do. No, I don't believe so. Well, let's go ahead and promote her then.
Every soul that enters Tartarus belongs to me.
So this is the biscuit I have on her right now. I'm hoping to get those cooldown numbers to be higher than just 4. I'd like to get at least 5, 5.5, another 6. So let's go ahead and promote her to 1 star.
This cooking world is so intricate and beautiful.
It definitely is, Nether Queen. So she's up to 715,000 power, 863,000 health, 72,000 attack, and 105,000 defense. And as I said, even at base, like, obtainment level, she basically breaks most Sugar Swan setups in half. So I need to get her to 40 for the next one. So I think it's 20, 40, 70, 100, and 120, if I remember correctly. But getting her to 1 star is a really good start. Very happy about that. And yep, here's the promotion for the next, for the package. Oh, we actually got a train here that just arrived. Well, let's round up the train and send it off. Okay, that's probably in the shop now. Yep. Okay. You know what? Let's take on this team. I do want to see how this team will do against mine. But yeah, we are in Grandmaster rank. The question is how long I'm going to stay there, really. My cookies are really out of sync as a result. You can also hear Shadow Milk's first Headmaster voice lines. I think he did it. I think Shadow Milk did not finish his line by the time he got thrown out there. Like, I think he did not finish his line. But we won that relatively easily. I don't think we lost anybody. Or were in danger of losing anybody. Yeah, it was, that's not a really good setup. I mean, maybe if you add Nether Queen into that mix, maybe that team can last a little longer, but, like actually, Hollowberry was actually back in the arena for 1 month during the Scoop update. I think you could run her with, during the Scoop update, you could run Hollowberry with Povidone Iodine, Eternal Sugar, I think. No, Timekeeper, Dark Enchantress, and I think one other cookie. I think, no, it was Millennium. Was it Millennium? No, it wasn't Millennium Tree, but it was Hollowberry, Povidone Iodine, Sugar Swan, Timekeeper, and I think Dark Enchantress. Keyword think, but you could run that setup, and it was actually surprisingly powerful. But that one was quickly kind of killed off around Chapter 5 once Anita's Dragon re-showed. But yeah, we are in Grandmaster rank, top 1500. Let's see how long I can stay there, because I'm pretty sure I won't be staying here. But it's kind of nice to get to Grandmaster. Like, it's kind of just for bragging rights, but I'm kind of glad to even make it there. Okay, so is there anything else I can do? Okay, I'm waiting to get to the next, with Guild Battle right now, I know I need to finish those, but I'm trying to get the next tier in the events so that I can do that one and get a head start. So if we go to the Bells of Oblivion and go to the Sector 3, one of the objectives is Trial Battle 20 times. So that's bragging rights of bragging rights, indeed. But basically, we need to get one of these objectives done, and then Sector 3 will open up. And when that happens, I want to be able to get a head start on this Trial Grounds battle so I could do it, like, hopefully tomorrow, and then do the remaining roles, do the remaining Trial Grounds battles. Or is it the, what's the other thing? Or is it the other thing? Maybe I'm confusing the other two. Was it Trial Battles or something else? Trials in the Nether Room 20 times. No, here it is. Guild Battle 25 times. So you get 18 Guild Battle tickets. So what I want to try to do is get Section 3 unlocked, then do those 13, so that way I could do the other 18 and complete that objective basically almost immediately, instead of having to wait 2 weeks to get that one objective done. I want to get it done early. Now this one's surprising. Send hearts in cookie chat 35 times. One of the more annoying ones is probably 20 times trial grounds. That's 2 weeks guaranteed. The harbor 32 times, guild 15 times. That means you got to check in your guild like for 2 weeks plus. So yeah, I really want to get section 3 done really quickly, just so I can have more roles for the Nether Queen Gasha. Oh yeah, you know what? I might as well say this.
I know what must be done.
So one thing we'll go into cookie chat for a quick moment before we end the stream. I actually did find out what.
Now, keep bothering me, and I'll wash your face in the river of oblivion.
I'll take that as a threat. I already got her to level 2, so I get a guaranteed chat, and I already got her favorite gift found, which is the Choco Tarts. That's her only favorite item, apparently. Choco Tarts. So gift her these if you have the gift workshop up, and that's a quick way to get her affection levels up. Let's see. Yeah,
You're here.
I also am working. I cannot speak at 2 a.m. in the morning, but I'm also working on trying to get Pure Vanilla Cookie up. If like the first 2 cookies I want to get max affection on is White Lily and Pure Vanilla. If they're canon, I want them to be inseparable, please. But yeah, I still need to do things with the gift workshop. The reason I'm not using it as much right now is because I'm low on the tonics that you need, the caramel tonics. I think I'm down to like 190, and I really want to get that back up. So that's one thing we'll focus on. So as I said, I think that's it. There's not really much else we can do tonight. Like, basically, it's canon to the story. There's a term for it's a term in both fan fiction and stories, and even TV shows. Like, something that is canon is something that's in the story itself. All right, yeah, I think that's it. There's not really much else to do, so I think we're gonna close the game out here. And let me see, what do I want to go for a song now to close? Yeah, that'll do. So let's see here. So with pretty much the stream about done for tonight, here, I'll make a couple of updates right now. What do you mean as is canon? Well, it was hinted at the end of Beast G's 15, so I won't spoil it for you. But we do have, I think they did confirm one of the ships, but I won't say what it is if you haven't gotten to Beast G's 15. That's all I'll say on the matter. But since we're at the end of the stream, I'll make a few announcements. I will review this stream and make sure that the audio is satisfactory. If it's not, I think we're going to have to pause on webcam streaming until I get a better webcam that'll work better with my M50X, because we were running into issues where OBS for some reason was prioritizing the webcam microphone instead of my M50X microphone, my headset microphone. So I'm hoping we've at least fixed it tonight by disabling the webcam. If not, then I'm just going to have to stream without the webcam in the stream. And until I get a a webcam that'll work better for our setup. But hopefully, fingers crossed, we got it fixed tonight, because it's been really annoying finding out that it's not working and then having to troubleshoot it over 2 streams. So hopefully we got it fixed tonight. If we do, expect a poll. I'm also going to probably post on the Cookie Run Kingdom Facebook group about if people would like to see a watch-along stream. I won't make an official announcement yet on if we will have one, but we might. I'm thinking about it, especially considering I wonder if some people just want to see the story and don't want to have to play the game. Like maybe for like some fans who are of Cookie Run that don't play the game anymore but still want to hear the story. That's one of my ideas, is maybe to do watch-alongs for the story. But we'll see. Likely, if we don't do a watch-along, then my next stream is going to be for Chapter 8 of the Timeline of Fate, which will be likely July 14th at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And as I said, I am considering doing MLB coverage as well. The Brewers will be in Los Angeles to take on the Dodgers in a 3-game set that weekend, and that game has its first pitch at 10:10. So we may do another MLB CRK stream where we talk over a National League Championship series rematch between the Brewers and Dodgers. And we may even get to see Tarek Skubal, the new Dodger they just acquired at the trade deadline. We don't know. We'll see how the pitching matchups go for that series, but that's currently my plan right now. I'm going to revisit this stream, see how the audio looks. If the audio is to my liking, then we'll have a poll put up for the for maybe doing a CRK watch party for Chapter 7 of the Timeline of Fate. If not, we won't have any webcams, and then our next stream will be Chapter 8 next Friday. So with that, all that said, I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's stream. I'm going to get to bed. I got 6 hours before my work shift for Monday starts. I work split shift, and it really sucks. So fingers crossed we get through this week okay. I hope you guys do as well. Thanks for stopping by. To everyone who stopped by, leave a like if you liked the stream, dislike it if for some reason you didn't. Leave your feedback in the comments section below, and I will catch you guys on the next stream. This is Sound Effect 09, signing out.